Among you is bold enough to heed her call? Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a mind to make a killing.
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade, that an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of Korava. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity, but those that do develop a hide of phenomenal value.
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into marvels the likes of which the world has never seen. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast, now that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself might weep with envy. Bring me that beast's skin, and I will share with you the bounty of our combined labors.
All right. I'll hunt your Evis.
Of course you will. When one lives in such troubled times, it is a fool who lets opportunity slip his grasp. Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovany, you are a mere stone's throw from the fields of Korava. I eagerly await your safe, and above all, triumphant return.
Skin trade. Slay a Dread Avis in the fields of Korava. Really? There's no fast travels to the field of Korava? Huh. That's quite surprising. Makes sense why it was actually giving me directions then. Ah, that's right. There are still some undying around here as well. Interesting society. Since this might actually be more of a special animal then, I might actually go ahead and use the priming so that way during the fight I can heal up with that. At least I hope I can. That'd be nice. Especially before I face like a really tough enemy somewhere. You know, it's funny, we have our chocobo, but I don't really ride it much. Just because of all the combat and stuff we can encounter along the way. But maybe I should ride the chocobo there. A little bit of a faster travel. Here we go. That's so weird though. For the gallop, I forgot it actually has some resistance, so once you push it down all the way, you actually run. Still cool. I love the haptic feedbacks, especially when it's actually implemented in the games. So cool. Such a great idea, honestly. Great idea that actually feels a lot more engaging with games. I mean, even Frontiers of Pandora has interaction with that in the harvesting system. It's probably the most revolutionary thing that the PS5 has brought about, honestly. Because I haven't heard of any others actually having haptic feedback prior to the PS5, I mean. I've heard Xbox might do that, but I don't know how true that is or how likely that is. Could be very unlikely and not happen. Or it could be the opposite. It could actually occur and people love it. Storm Panther. Don't really need to fight those. So we'll just cut across then. And that must be the Dread Avis. Be my guess. Yep. Perfect.
But it looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet.
Oh yeah, it's definitely got plenty of fight. Let's stun it, do a lot of damage here. Got a lot better at the dodging too. So otherwise before it used to get me with its wings and constantly charge at me. Judgment bolts. Flames of Reaper. And we'll end with a kick flare, which should kill it. If the Flames of Reaper don't. Flames did it. Sweet. Avis skin. The thick scaled skin of an Avis claimed by some to be... The thick scaled skin of an Avis claimed by some to be as old as the mountains themselves, though it has most likely seen but a decade or two.
This thing reeks. The sooner it's off my hands, the better.
Steel silk on the ground. Okay. Well, at least that was an easy one to do.
Here's your hide, as requested.
I worried you might never return. Quickly, let me see it. Oh, as supple as a maiden's cheek, yet as adamant as her virtue. This is everything I had hoped for, and more. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. You must be a hunter of considerable talent to have bested the beast with nary a scratch. Join me as my honored partner. With my means and your might, we shall be as wealthy as the merchant kings of Zemeckis.
I don't plan on making a habit of this. I'm busy enough as it is.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming of me to beg. Do not allow me to keep you from being about your business. Here, for the hide.
Yep, a quick and easy quest, as I had figured. Just bloody hide meteorite. No gold, of course. Carved in stone side mission. Oh, it's up there.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches.
Anything else up here while I made my way up?
How are those new boots treating you?
No, doesn't look like it.
Finally. No one was paying me the slightest heed.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word. Sadly, this far from home, I'm just a vagrant greybeard.
The university? You're a scholar.
A specialist in ancient cultures. The most accomplished in all Valisthea, some have said. Not that I look the part in these tattered rags. In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. Yet here I am, a wizened windbag, bested by the many steps of Tabor. The answers I seek lying just beyond my enfeebled reach. Would you do an old man a kindness and brave the stairs in my stead? You'll be amply rewarded, of course.
Climb the stairs and...
And memorize a few inscriptions for me, assuming you know your letters, that is. Some courteous soul is rumored to have carved clues to Tabor's rich history into stones dotted about the village. 3 of them, to be precise. 1 each to the north, south, and east. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on a riddle I've been pondering for some time. Namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Tabor's unique people. People quite unlike those of neighboring lands.
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfectly.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest. Make for the domed pavilions, and you'll have no trouble finding the stones.
Interesting. So, Tabor history.
How are those new boots treating you?
And it's interesting as well how they are actually based on inscriptions, not just something that everyone knows. It's kind of the part that most intrigues me, really. Uh-oh. Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor. Sacred hold thy noble blood till ends the mother's labor.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals.
Gotta go back to how it was.
Okay. So that's the first
So
one.
it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes of Dallamine.
Oh, I see the other 2
Not a
domes.
scratch on them.
Alright. They're all in higher spots, too.
Have
Of
you
course.
noticed the elder has been coughing less?
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past and make these rocks a home.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Mummy made the pottage from it.
Sounds delicious. I'd be ready to try next time.
And what does this last one say here? Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read.
I wonder if we had to choose something.
The engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Oh, would that I could have seen for myself. Come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of this place and its people? Let's start with the engraving to the south, shall we? What did it say?
Uh-oh. Guardians of the Republic, Guardians of the Crystal. Which one was the... It's gotta be Guardians of the Crystal.
The first stones of Tabor. Sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother's labor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen charged with protecting the mother crystals. But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from their sacred charges, I wonder? The engraving to the north is next, I think.
Okay, Wanderers of the Golden Plains.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home. Or, I think that was it, at least.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor its guardian roots could never account for. This is proving most enlightening. Now, for the final stone.
Hunters now sworn to serve the sun. Children of the hunters. Now tillers of the land. Yep.
Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land. Reap her promised blessing, and give praise her gracious hand. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings, 1 for each of the 3 peoples to have settled Tabor in ancient times. Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and last but certainly not least, hunters turned farmers. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those roots reach down through 3 distinct traditions. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that the stones stand here for all to see.
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many by far. Here, and thank you.
Excellent. That was an easy one, too. Goblin coin. Alright, now, is there any other ones besides the ones that we have to go to the hideaway for? It does not appear so. Cool. Let's travel to the hideaway then. Don't know why I hit the local map. We have to hit travel on the icon. New missile's been delivered to Clive's chamber. Alright, let's go check the chamber then, see what those missives are, rather than let them pile up. Who are you? Oh, Oscar. That's cool. So he is actually at the hideaway. Excellent. Starting over. Clive, I cannot begin to thank you for all you have done for the Lost Wing. So, in lieu of any awkward remerciements, I shall be sending several barrels of next season's vintage. I can only hope they finally turn you off that foamy swill you and yours so covet. Quentin. Nice guy. Didn't care for him at first, but he's grown on me. I believe we have new curiosities, too. Of course, we have the Oath, the Hangman's signboard, Guardian's Scarf. With this tippet dyed red for the flames of the Firebird and the blood of his fallen Rosarian brothers, does Sir Wade pledge not only his loyalty, but the loyalty of the Guardians of the Flame. Sid's Goblet, Martell Apples, Ambrosia's Tack, the Oath. Yep. And it's cool how we get some of that stuff from the story and others from the side missions.